Stop whatever you're doing else right now. This is the most important Village Vice maybe ever in the history of whether you listen or why. I mean it. I mean it. I'm not screwing around here. This is the most important thing we have ever talked about on this show, and it must be treated as such. He's Zach Blackerby. I'm Brad Law, and this is the way we come back to the two of us on Village Vice.
Yeah.
Boy, baseball travel sometimes just makes it tough.
I was thinking about you all weekend.
I know. Yeah. What an interesting series that was. I've got some thoughts on that sometime too, if we want to get into that today.
Yeah. If not, y'all talk about it on the Barn Baseball Show, I am sure.
Yes, we will.
I'm confident.
And actually, it does sort of tie into what we're going to talk about today. And so that is...
Yeah, I don't know I know what we're going to talk about, but I have no clue what direction you're about to go, and I can't wait. I've been so excited all day. So go ahead. Take us where we're going.
First, today's show brought to you by mybookie.ag.
Yes.
50% deposit bonus. Use promo code BARN. You also get a $10 casino chip. Use promo code BARN at mybookie.ag. Okay. So Auburn football released earlier Monday the What to Wear guide.
Thank goodness.
And I am so intrigued by this phenomenon because it's the second or third year in a row that they've put out a guide way before the start of the season. Like, we're not even in summer yet, and they've put out the What to Wear guide. For those who aren't familiar, and if you're watching this or listening, I'm sure you're familiar, but, you know, wear navy to the Kentucky game and wear orange for the Georgia game, and they go game by game, and they tell you what to wear for each game. And I'm fascinated, Zach, by the number of people who lose their minds angry about this.
Define lose their minds. What does that mean?
You can't tell me what to wear. I can't believe you try to. Why are we doing this? Why? This doesn't make sense. Why? What?
I got it. Okay. Sure.
So let me go through very quickly a couple of notes on this. First is the wear white game. That's the first thing I saw pushback to. Wear white. Why are we wearing white? It's not one of our colors. It's the predominant color in the road jersey, in the road uniform. Okay, number one. Number two, that game is going to be played. It's the South Alabama game, so it's September 13th. It's 198 degrees on September 13th. You're going to be glad that you're in white. Okay, so that's one thought. Second thought, there are two fan choice games. So Ball State and
Does
Mercer.
Mean wear whatever, they don't care. There's no theme. Is that what that means?
There's no color theme.
Okay.
If you want to wear blue, wear blue. You want to wear a hockey jersey, wear a hockey jersey. Fan choice. You want to wear nothing, you probably get kicked out. You need to wear something, but it's your choice.
All right.
The Power Stripe game is the Missouri game, so they'll send specific instructions based on your section for whether you should wear white or orange or blue. Looks great. Pretty undeniably looks great on TV and in pictures after the fact.
I feel like we used to not be able to pull it off. We have the last few times.
Yep. Okay. And why is that? I'll come back to it. Kentucky is Navy, Alabama is Navy, and that's it. Those are the home games.
Okay.
First.
Yeah.
Every game is fans' choice.
Correct.
That's kind of like, all right, thanks for watching, everybody. That's the whole thing. If you don't like it, Buttercup, don't do it.
You can wear blue to the Georgia game. Nobody's going to be mad at you.
They won't stop you.
Right.
You present your ticket, they're scanning your ticket, not anything else. So, baby doll, if you don't want to wear navy to the Iron Bowl, don't. It's like,
I got you.
It's not worth the amount of backlash. And I know it's social media, and not all the time. Like, social media is not the real world a lot of times.
Not real life. Yes.
Yeah. And that's important to remember. But I really question if you are one of the people who gets really bent out of shape about it. I would love to hear that the very simple, like, why. Now, if you don't get bent out of shape about it, then you don't have to explain. But I would love if you would be so kind to share in the comments why you get so bent out of shape about it. Because at the end of the day, every game is fans' choice. These are just suggestions. These are, you know, it'll look really good. It'll show unity. It'll be we're all doing the same thing in a world where there is no mono anymore to our world. Everything is individualized. Kind of we're all kind of in the same place to do the same thing. So, everybody on Sunday wears their pastel. Everybody at the Kentucky Derby wears their big giant hat and their seersucker. So everybody at the Missouri game, wears the color you're assigned. Everybody at the Georgia game wear orange. Everybody, like, it's like the most harmless thing that receives backlash. And I'm awfully curious as to why.
Well, I'll tell you mine, like, raw reaction when I saw it this morning.
Okay.
I was like, that's weird. It's May 5th.
Yeah.
That's very odd. But okay. Great. If I go to a game this year, I'll look at it the week of. Because if you're an Auburn fan, you have a white Auburn shirt, you have an orange Auburn shirt, or you have a blue one. I don't like wearing orange. I like, if I go to the Georgia game and I'm asked to wear orange, I did this as a student too. I'm like, I'm not wearing orange. I'm just not. I don't buy orange shirts that often. So, but like, you know what? Nobody ever said it. I had a few friends be like, "Oh, did you not get the memo?" I'm like, "I did. All of my shirts are blue." No, okay, yeah, great, whatever.
Yeah.
The timing is weird. I think the timing is a little strange, but that's fine.
In response to that, I'll say, I totally agree.
Okay.
I totally agree. I don't know that, and I love these, and I've got a bigger point to make about doing it this early that I will get to. But I agree. I don't think it's necessary 113 days or whatever it is before the season starts to put out a graphic telling us what to wear 4 months from now. I think if you put it on the schedule online or on the app, and then maybe you put out a graphic Monday or Tuesday of game week, I think that's all you need. I think that suffices. And
much
people will
like,
figure it
Brett,
out.
you're 100% correct. Because much like when they update the rosters and the heights and weights and all of that on the website, somebody finds it. One person writes a story about it, and then everybody else writes a story about it.
Yeah.
You do that for the schedule, and it's like, oh, they added, you're going to get way more pub on it.
Yeah.
And nobody's like, oh, it's weird that Auburn's telling us to do this 100 and whatever days out.
Right. Now, I will say this from a social media strategy standpoint, it's brilliant. They get lots of engagement on May 5th.
Sure.
What else does the football account, like the football account doesn't have a ton else. Now that the NFL draft is over, guys have signed their, undrafted free agent deals, and it's a really good time for the engagement. And they'll get it for sure.
Oh, they're getting it right now. Yeah.
I also don't think, but like, even in my saying, I don't know that you need to do it on May 5th. It's just like the guys who noticed that you weren't wearing orange and they go, oh, okay. And you move on.
Whatever.
Yeah,
whatever. I don't like orange that much. Yeah.
Right. Sure. Like, all right. I don't know that it was necessary on May 5th, but okay. But there it is.
Yeah. Now, the backlash stuff is interesting because, like, we all watch a lot of content, right?
Sure.
And I just, like, if I watch a creator that I watch a good bit, or if I'm like trying to find something new in a niche that I'm trying to get more info on, if I don't like the video or a graphic or a social media page that I followed, it just never crosses my mind to be like, you suck.
Yeah.
Why did you post this? You're dumb.
Yeah.
And maybe that's because I do it like as a living, a content creator as a living. I don't know. But even before that, it just never really crossed my mind to do that. So I don't know what causes people to like want to punch back. And some of these people are anonymous and a lot of them aren't. Just like your pictures right there and you're looking like a jerk. Like your kids are going to see this one day. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird way. And once again, social media is not real life. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Is it a problem with authority? Is it you can't tell me what to do?
I don't know. But I mean, I saw a few that were like, win some games first, focus on winning games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sure, that's fine. But they're like, that's not, they don't run the plays. The person who clicked post, like Jackson Arnold, did not post this graphic.
Right. Hugh Freeze didn't look at it to approve it before it went out. Totally different departments, different offices, different everything within the athletic department. Completely different.
Right.
One has nothing to do with the other.
Yeah.
So what's the win threshold before you abide by the suggested color combinations? They go in 9 games. They go in 10. Got to win a ring.
Yeah, right.
You know what? You win a national title, I'll show up in a zebra suit if you want me to.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'll do whatever you want if Auburn wins a natty. Sure. Yeah.
Speaking of clothes, rowback, whether it's orange, blue, white, whatever color you want.
Yeah. While we think it's weird, you have over 100. It will not take that long to get it to you. But rowback has Auburn gear in all of these colors for you. Every single one. Navy, orange, white. They probably have a pattern called Power Stripe. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm not putting it against them.
They have a Jordan Hare print. You could wear that inside Jordan Hare Stadium for fan choice.
Sure. Which good for you for making your decisions against Ball State and Mercer.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. RHOBACK, rowback.com. Use promo code VICE20 for 20% off your order.
Okay. I was in Knoxville last weekend.
How was that?
I want to find the diplomatic way to say this. It made me appreciate greatly the amount of work that the administrators do on game days at Auburn in every facet, from communications to fans inside the stadium and coordinating the messages and when they lay them out and how they do it. That stuff is coordinated. It's not off the cuff at Auburn. What they do during rain delays at Auburn, there's a plan behind it. It's coordinated. It's not like that everywhere. Sometimes we think the things that happen at Auburn are happening everywhere else. They aren't. They aren't. And so the fact that the people who handle marketing, game day experience, or fan experience, that's kind of the new term throughout athletics, certainly at Auburn.
Sure.
The people who handle fan experience are very clearly thinking about things rather than just winging it. And I appreciate that.
Sure. Yes.
And I think that comes from the top down. And I think it's something that, whether you like it or you don't like it, it's something that shows there's a thought pattern.
I got you.
From the top down, and there hasn't always been that in place at Auburn, and it's not in place everywhere.
What can you tell me the story of Friday night from your perspective?
Friday night, yes. And if you want more on this, the Barn Baseball show that goes up tomorrow, you can check that out.
And for folks who maybe don't watch all the baseball games, they keep up with it maybe or whatever. Yeah. There's a monsoon. What it looked like anyway, from social media and the little bit of the TV broadcast that we had.
Yeah.
There's a delay. First, they moved the game up to try to get it in. The weather beat them to it.
Yep.
Then there's a delay. And then it didn't look like it stopped raining.
Right.
And they're like, let's throw our first round draft pick and let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
And then after the half inning, he gets shelled by Ike Irish. And then Auburn, it got called. Auburn, got to keep they didn't throw a pitch.
Yeah.
So from you and Andy's perspective, if for whatever you feel comfortable sharing, because there's no, it just seemed like such a bad idea from the get-go and everybody knew it. Please tell the story.
All right. You bringing this up illustrates the exact point that I was just trying to make.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. That
I understand what you were saying, Brad. You weren't subtle about it. Yeah, I got you.
No, I don't want to be subtle, and I ain't gonna be subtle about this either.
Okay.
So when you go on the road, you have no say in whether a game starts or not. It is, and the league doesn't, and the umpires don't. The home team makes the call before a game starts on whether or not to start the game. Now, once the game starts, it then becomes the umpire's discretion. So what happened? Well, first, just sitting around, like it was a long shot anyway. And if you think back to game 1 of Mississippi State, for those who follow baseball, that's what I'm talking about next. For those who don't know, last weekend at home, this same situation was set up. It looked like it was going to start raining about an hour into the game. And so Auburn decided that we didn't need to go out and throw Samuel Dutton to start the game and pitch about an hour, only to then have massive rain come through and have to wait 3 hours. Because if you do that, your pitcher's not going to come back.
Right.
It's too much of a delay, too much of a wait. So, we waited a long time. I don't think we started the game till 9:15 the previous Friday night, but then we played the whole thing and everybody was fine. Here, we knew we weren't going to play. Like, we just knew. And for some reason, like anybody with a free weather app could see that it was going to rain until way past midnight.
Well, yeah, and like it didn't stop raining, right?
Didn't stop raining, no. And in fact, it rained the hardest at the originally scheduled game time.
What they moved it up to, yeah.
So Tennessee made the call to, no, we're going to play. We're going to play. Zach, I don't.
All the guys at D1 baseball are like, what is going on?
I don't understand it. I don't know.
I tell you what, watching it, and then Auburn baseball, of course, put the highlight of Ike everywhere as they should have. But it's like it looked weird. It's like you don't really see people play baseball in the rain. Like it looked crazy.
Yeah. There was also, Zach, and I'm just going to be real. I don't know if I should say this or not, but let me just kind of be real frank. There was clear lightning near the stadium. Very clearly. And we heard one of the fans go, I think that's a camera. I think it's somebody taking a picture.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a flash camera.
A drone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a camera way up there.
Mm-hmm.
What about that rumbling? Oh, it's a marching band drum line practicing a couple of miles away. All right. Okay. So we're doing this. So then Tennessee's starting pitcher started mouthing off at Chris Rembert after he struck him out to open the game. And Ike didn't take too kindly to that. No. Did you hear Ike's post-game interview?
About the national anthem thing?
About the national anthem and the talking? Yeah.
But the reason they didn't do the national anthem is because it wasn't the start of a game, right?
No, it was the start of the game, but it was a delayed start. So they pushed it back from the original 5:30 Central time.
Right. And
so
this Friday?
Yeah, this is Friday.
Okay.
Now at Auburn, we did that, but then we did the anthem. But they didn't do that. They were like, all right, we're just going to start the game. Let's go. Let's just start. Let's just go. Like, but it's pouring rain. Yeah. Let's go. It was raining so hard. And the thing that pulled Coach Thompson out of the dugout was a batter or two after Ike. Eric Guevara, it's raining, so you can't hold on to the bat. Right. And so he swung the bat, and it flew out of his hands all the way to the dugout. And at that point, Butch came out and reminded the umpires very gently and graciously that this is now on you. This is on you. You have the power to make the call now. It's not in their hands anymore. It's in your hands. And at the end of the half inning is when they came out and said, yeah, this is dumb. We're not playing in this anymore.
I'm not saying Auburn wouldn't have won 2 out of 3 if they would have handled it differently, but what a dumb decision. I mean, just the amount of innings that you just wrecked your pitching staff for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, all right, we're going to make you have another middle reliever that has to cover 4 innings. Like,
yeah.
Why? Because I know he came back in and he pitched a few innings later in the weekend, but it's just like, it's not the same thing. It's like, this has been your dude. Crazy.
Now, the same guy got the win in game 2, Game 2 was suspended and had to end on Sunday. So game 1 started Friday, ended Saturday. Game 2 started Saturday, ended Sunday. And they brought him back for Sunday. He got thrown out of the game. He got thrown out of Sunday's finish.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter because Tennessee scored in the next half inning. See, if Tennessee hadn't scored in the bottom of the 11th,
right,
that guy was done. He couldn't come back because he'd been tossed for doing what? For mouthing off to Bristol Carter and pushing him.
It was like an aggressive tag or something. Right?
Yeah. Oh, he pushed him. Yeah, he pushed him and started yapping at him. Like,
I mean,
noted
Lindsay and I talked about this, and I'm sure Lindsay talked about it at the Barn Baseball Show, but like, what a perfect characterization of both teams reflecting the personality of their coach.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad Butch Thompson's at Auburn.
Yeah, exactly. No, this weekend was a really great, like from the practical standpoint of the in-stadium operations, the communication, the fan experience, all of this. Folks, there is such an organized, strategic plan for everything that happens at Auburn. And Butch Thompson has an organized, strategic plan for everything that he does in the operation of his team. And it's not like that everywhere.
All right. That was funny. Brad, I think it does it for today's show.
It does. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to comment. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And remember, until next time, everyone has vices. Make sure Village Vice is one of yours.